mais uma partida de Skyrim VR. Esse jogo tá incrível. O VR tá mais maravilhoso ainda, né? Até engasguei pra falar. Mas hoje vai ser uma gameplay bem rápida mesmo. Vou dar só uma passeada pelo mapa. Só pra matar a vontade. Boa. Ah é, a gente tava seguindo o Rod, não, e o outro, esqueci o nome dele. Não sei se era isso mesmo que eu tinha que seguir eles. Só aprender como é que faz pra eu guardar a arma. Tô com o arco na mão, tá ligado? Já tô com condição, né? Cavaquinha, rainha. Bem, querido. Dormindo?
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Será que não era pra ter seguido eles?
I told you my sister would help us out. Just head north. Can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold. Jarl Balgruuf still hasn't declared for one side or the other. So at least you won't run into any Imperials along the way. What? Oh, hardly. I don't think even Ulfric could pull a dragon out of his pocket. Lucky for us it attacked when it did, eh? I wasn't looking forward to getting a shave from the Imperial headsman. What? Lucky for us it attacked when it did, eh? Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak himself. Right. The leader of our fight against the Empire. I forget that most people don't know what he looks like, except for those Imperial wanted posters. I was assigned to Ulfric's guard. We were on our way to Darkwater Crossing, in the south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5 to 1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess. I thought they were taking us south to Cyrodiil. Parade us in front of the Emperor. But then, we stopped in Helgen. And you know the rest. I'm going to rest up here a while before heading to Windhelm. Be careful.
Beleza. Eu tenho que ir pra Whiterun. Queria muito saber. Ah, pronto. Vou segurar a bola. Ah, entendi. Caraca, que insano o mapa. Set destination, botão direito. Ah! Ok. River Blues. por hora, vamos seguir pra Whiterun. Esse aqui eu posso pegar, não posso? Não posso. Tá, eu quero alguns inimigos. Quero inimigos! Inimigos para enfrentar. Beleza, cachoeira ali. Quero matar pessoas. Azarecos. Esse aqui eu posso pegar. Eu achava que eu podia pegar esse aqui também. Olha, que serve. Isso aqui é maldade. Errei. Vamos de mira ainda. Tem 19 flechas ali. Correr, vamos correr. Eu sei, bicho, desculpa. Eu precisava. Tem alguma coisa aqui perto. Sai! Onde tem um, sempre tem outro, né? Eu acho melhor eu ficar com a... com essa. São os imperiais. Ali já é o Whiterun, não é? Ah, que é bem perto. Show.
Citizen, I'm warning you. Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone.
Ô, louco, irmão. Só tá passando perto. Só pular. Caraca, ele pula. Ô, caraca. Flower. Flower é bom, mano. Ele é um guarda de Whiterun. Se eu não me engano, tem missão aqui. Vou ver essa placa, peraí. Grill. Galinha. E aí, meu senhor?
Welcome. I'm the owner and proprietor of Honningbrew Meadery. Take a look.
Ah, eu quero vender. Então, cenoura. Tem esse vinhozinho chique aqui. Queijo, maçã. Ah, e eu tenho que ser 7 contos. Tomate. Eu não vendo não porque a gente utiliza depois pra fazer umas paradas.
Mm-hmm.
Foi mal, eu abri sem querer a espada, foi mal, galera. Tô aprendendo ainda o comando. Tá. Olha aquele planeta, aquela lua que incrível. Aquela outra lua que incrível também.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready. Brigands I can handle. But this talk of dragons? World's gone mad, I say.
Já era pra eu estar indo pra Whiterun. Eu acho que vai estar ali embaixo. Não tem mais estamina, né? Ah, legal sacar a espada assim. Aí eu seguro o botão e... Ué. Não, acho que vai ser, por exemplo. E aí, olha que lindo esse céu. Verdade. Que incrível. Relaxa, farm. Bom, a gente vai entrar aqui e pegar algumas missões secundárias. A gente vai guardar lá. E aí, meu irmão?
Need a ride?
Well, I know the companions make their home here. Their mead hall, Jorvasker, is the oldest building in the city. Oh, and there's a nasty feud between two families called the Greymanes and the Battleborns. You'll want to be careful there. The rest you can find out by asking the townsfolk. Start with the barkeep at the Bannered Mare or the Castle Steward.
See ya.
Aos estados. Essa por aqui eu vou mais cavalo. Caraca, peraí. Chegamos a Whiterun. Aô! Poxa. Eu posso andar de lado virando o controle.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Tem cuidados.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
No lollygagging.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Ah, esse jogo ele contrata ela, né, pra trabalhar aqui. Legal.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More? Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Ok, Edward. Será que essa aqui é a nossa casa, né? Tem que comprar ela.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Be careful.
Da noite. Esperar 12 horas. Aê! Good morning, sunshine.
No lollygagging.
Tá lollygagging, vamos lá. Lá é o lugar mais da hora do jogo que a gente vai gravar o episódio.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow.
Sir! You have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos. Because the so-called Emperor is a coward. That's right, I said coward! Oh, yes. He agreed to banish the worship of Talos at the tip of an Aldmeri sword. They called it the White Gold Concordat. Well, I call it blasphemy. A true son of the Empire would never have turned his back on our greatest hero. Not at any price. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Cyrodiil is a long way from here. And in Skyrim, we will never forsake mighty Talos. Let them come. I have no fear, for Talos is my ally, and I am his prophet. His word is upon my lips, his voice in my throat. But you were once man, aye, and as man you said, let me show you the power of Talos.
Vamos lá. Olha aí, dá pra ver toda a cidade. Mas olha que beleza chegar. Passar dos braços na vamos lá. Dragon's Reach. Hello, bitch! Receive me.
Nothing. Times like these. My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's
Ah,
this?
qual é, tiazinha? Eu tenho notícias.
Well,
do ataque
that
do dragão.
explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Oh, filho dele. Licença, com licença. E aí, senhor?
So, you were at
Mais
Helgen.
alguma coisa?
You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Sim, senhor. Yes.
Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is what exactly happened at Helgen. I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
That is a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach. A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. If I said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? Probably not. As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care who gives the orders. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day.
This is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Okay, Jarl. É o mapa de Skyrim. Tem a mesa para poder fazer as paradas. Bom, demorou. Chegamos em Whiterun. Eu falei que ia ser curtinho, então não teve limitação nesse episódio. É isso. Falou, galera. Até o próximo vídeo. Tchau.